Rosh Chodesh is the Jewish celebration of a new month, celebrated 12 times a year. So, why have many Jews not heard of it? It doesn't involve costumes, there's no big feast, you don't have to build anything special, and it doesn't take a lot of preparation. But there could be another reason. Rosh Chodesh has a long history as a holiday with a unique connection to women. Maybe it was undervalued or kept a treasured secret, but let's start amplifying it now. Judaism has a modified lunar calendar. We use the cycles of the moon to determine months and holidays, but do a little adjusting with leap years to keep holidays in the right seasons. Before calendars were on our phones, how did people know when to start baking matzah for Passover? You couldn't look it up on a device. You literally had to look up into the sky for the moon. But what if it was cloudy? Or what if people disagreed about what they saw? The ancient rabbis devised a plan. 2 reliable witnesses would have to testify to the Sanhedrin each month when they saw the new moon. Once their testimony was accepted, Rosh Chodesh was declared. Then the news was spread via hilltop fires until it was known all through the diaspora. Today, synagogue goers can still hear the new month announced. Sometimes the announcement is sung to tunes tied into upcoming holidays, and while we don't light fires on hilltops anymore, many Rosh Chodesh groups light candles, spreading fire from one person to the next. This is a modern reminder of old technology. Rosh Chodesh groups are women or girls who meet around the new moon to study, pray, talk, sing, and share Jewish sisterhood and connection. There are different connection points. The body and our cycles. When women live together, sometimes their menstrual cycles sync up. You can imagine how the moon cycles and these physical cycles might have gotten connected into sacred time in a desert long, long ago. The medieval commentator Rashi explains that women had the custom of not working on Rosh Chodesh, which was a reward for not contributing their jewelry to the building of the Golden Calf. God calmed down after the fury that followed the Golden Calf incident and was like, wow, you women didn't want to rebel and pray to a statue instead of me? You're so righteous. Take a day off from doing laundry, not just this year, but for eternity. A legend in the Talmud imagines that at creation, the sun and the moon were equals, the same size. They fought about whether it was possible to have 2 equal rulers of the sky. Shared leadership wasn't quite a thing in the ancient world. God shrunk the moon and made the sun the ruler, but promised that one day the moon would be restored to the size of the sun. This ancient story can be read as a take on gender and leadership, an ancient recognition that women's power was like the moon's, bright but limited, and often overshadowed. So, on Rosh Chodesh, women celebrate the moon because we're celebrating the progress towards equality. Rosh Chodesh is celebrated all over the world, from boisterous services at the kotel to quieter candlelit gatherings in living rooms. These kinds of celebrations trace back to the early 1970s to Arlene Agus and circles of women around her, Jews involved in the feminist movement, in the Chavurah movement, and a group called Ezrat Nashim, which was advocating for change in women's rights within the conservative movement. Arlene was doing research, and as she puts it, I wanted to find something that would legitimize the status of women in Judaism, and it was as if God reached out and put Rosh Chodesh on my desk. Celebrations of Rosh Chodesh spread like hilltop fires throughout the 70s and 80s. They all looked different and became a way for Jewish women of different religious backgrounds to come together. In Orthodox circles, Rosh Chodesh was one of the first places that women read Torah and had women's only tefillah. For some women, the groups were and are a consciousness-raising tool and a way to reconnect to Judaism. In the 1990s, Rosh Chodesh It's a Girl Thing, a program for teen girls, was conceived by Moving Traditions. The idea grew and grew. A newer project, At the Well, is for Rosh Chodesh groups for women in their 20s. There are so many ways to celebrate Rosh Chodesh. It's a simple but powerful way to track Jewish time and our time, to connect with others, with the moon, with God, with gender as you understand and experience it, and it all starts with a sliver of moon and a little fire.